Hey, I'm JR, training manager here at Crutchfield, and in this video we're going to be talking about the Sony BRAVIA X90J series of LED TVs. There's a 50, a 55, a 65, and a 75-inch TV in this line, and in this video we will be featuring the 65-inch version of the X90J. The main story here is the processor. Sony is known for building some of the best TV processors on the planet. In their Master Series TVs, they use a processor called the Cognitive Processor XR, and it's the same processor they're using in the X90J TVs this year as well. What does it do? It actually uses artificial intelligence to enhance both the picture and the sound. It analyzes the video scene by scene, no matter what your source is, and it looks for things like human faces so that it can add color and detail to make them sort of jump off the screen. It looks at the moving parts in the image scene by scene, and it makes the movements seem more natural and more realistic. It also takes the sound and it adds a height to the sound that you wouldn't normally get from TV speakers. They call it 3D Surround Upscaling. It makes it almost sound like Dolby Atmos just from the built-in TV speakers. To get that sound, they call the system acoustic multi-audio. So there's multiple speakers giving you those height channels, that enhanced surround sound. It also has a built-in microphone for an automatic auto calibration. So it analyzes the sound of your room and it customizes the sound output from the TV speakers to your listening environment. We hooked up the 65-inch screen TV and we watched some video and we looked for signs of the processor doing its thing, and you really couldn't see any, which is a sign that the processor is doing an amazing job of making the video look smooth and natural. That's how powerful the Cognitive Processor XR is. The X90J TVs are LED TVs, which means they have a panel of liquid crystal displays, or LCDs, and what lights them up is a backlight, or a panel of LEDs, and there's a bunch of them. They call it a full array backlight. And those backlights can be controlled using something called local dimming, which allows different parts of the screen to be dark by turning those light bulbs off and other parts to be bright. So if your movie scene demands that, you're going to get the contrast ratio needed to make it look cinematic. Sony has also done what it takes to get these TVs certified for IMAX enhanced content. So if you happen to have any 4K, HDR, IMAX enhanced content, you're going to get the full glory of that on these TVs. They've also talked to Netflix, and Netflix uses Sony TVs when they're mixing and mastering their original movies and shows. And this TV actually has Netflix calibration mode. So when you're watching something from Netflix, you can turn that on and it will be using the same settings that they use when they actually are producing a Netflix show. In addition to the built-in speakers, you also, of course, have the ability to send audio out to, like, say, a home theater system or a sound bar. And this TV uses enhanced audio return channel, which allows not just 5.1 surround sound, but even up to Dolby Atmos surround sound to be sent back in to your home theater system so that you can take full advantage of that Atmos surround sound in movies, TV shows, and of course, video games. The display is a 4K 120 Hz native display, so it's going to give your video games all the detail they give you. It does have auto low latency mode built in. It comes with the TV, so it's ready. When you put a game on, it will automatically detect that and minimize any processing so that when you hit buttons on your controller, you see the response as fast as possible on your TV. It is also compatible with a variable refresh rate, which is a video game technology that reduces screen tearing and stuttering. That's available on a future firmware update. When you go to plug your gaming console in, you'll want to use either HDMI input 3 or 4 because those are both HDMI 2.1. The other two HDMI inputs are HDMI 2.0B, and that 2.1 is what you'll need to take advantage of all of those advanced gaming features. All of the inputs are compatible with HDCP 2.3, the latest version of high-definition copyright protection. Let's talk now about the TV's ability to stream. It, of course, can stream in 4K from all of the major services like Netflix and Disney Plus and Amazon, etc. Of course, to stream in 4K, you're going to want to make sure you have a solid internet connection of at least 20 megabits per second and a really good network on router. You can wire this TV to your network. You can also use its built-in Wi-Fi. It has really good dual-band Wi-Fi to get you really good quality, even wirelessly from your network. In addition, it's got Google TV, which is sort of the platform that you'll use, the interface you'll use to do all of your streaming, and it brings it all together into one nice interface. It also has Apple TV built in, so you no longer have to have a separate device to be able to purchase and rent and stream content directly from Apple TV. And if you want to display content from your phone, it's compatible with Google Chromecast and Apple AirPlay 2, so you can take whatever you're watching on your phone and hit a couple buttons and it will appear on your TV. Smooth. If you like watching local over-the-air broadcasts, don't worry, this has a tuner built in. It's actually an advanced ATSC 3.0 tuner, which means it's compatible with even 4K over-the-air broadcasts. So your free ultra-high definition local TV will never have looked better. As you can see, this TV looks amazing when it's on. It also looks pretty good when it's not on. And for most people, most of the time, the TV's actually not on. So what does this TV do when it's not on? It can display artwork, screensavers, photos, things like that. So it becomes a nice piece of your decor that adds to the flavor of your room instead of just being a big black rectangle on your wall. Also, they have reduced the bezel down to something they call flush surface bezel design, so it looks fantastic on or off. So these are the Sony BRAVIA X90J LED TVs. We think they look fantastic. If you have any questions about them, please get in touch with us here at Crutchfield. You can go to crutchfield.com/contact. There you'll be able to either call in or chat live with one of our advisors. They are standing by ready to help you get the right TV for your living room. And as long as you're here on YouTube, go ahead and like the videos, subscribe to our channel, and turn notifications on so you'll know every time we put out a new video. Thanks for watching.